First of all, I would like to say thank you so much to George. George is the sponsor tonight. He is the CEO and owner of Hyper Stress Inc. I met him, I think exactly 1 year ago. Well, yesterday was a year ago when I finally sent him an email to invite him to be part of the association, and he kindly responded my email. We started getting in touch, and I convinced him to come and give a presentation. He came all the way from Santa Barbara, California, and I'm really happy. I met him last night in person. We went out for dinner. I met his wife, his father, who is also a very experienced engineer as well. So I'm really glad to meet you. It's been so nice. I enjoyed the dinner last night. Thank you so much. And well, they are the sponsors tonight, Hyper Stress Incorporated. First of all, I would like to apologize for not having an event during the past few months. I had to cancel the event in June and had to cancel the event in October. But this thing, it was for a good reason. On June, I had a trip to Kochi in India. I was invited to go there through the association. There is this refinery called it's called BPCL in Kochi. They were having some issues with vibration, and I guess they found me on internet and they invited me to go and help them to train for a week some of the engineers they have in the refinery. So I was like, okay, I think this is a good excuse to cancel the event. So I went to Kochi. I had a lot of fun. The people there were super nice. I hung out with these guys as well. Some guys from Exxon, this other guy from BCG, Boston Consulting Group. They brought a bunch of experts. I'm not that well. They consider me an expert. So I went there and I helped them with some issues that they have with vibration, some other issues with the additional temperature that they are adding in some of the pumps. They are trying to increase the capacity of this refinery. So they needed somebody to help them with the stress analysis. This was really nice. I had a lot of fun because this drum, it was, I think, like 100 feet tall drum that was vibrating a lot. I mean, you can see the vibration, but it was kind of scary. But I had a lot of fun. The people in Kochi was really nice. This is the company, Bharat Petroleum Corporation. So I had a lot of fun. I had to have a layover in Dubai, so I enjoyed Dubai as well. So it was pretty good. Then when I was there, they also invited me to go and visit the offices of Acre Solutions and this other company called Roth Engineering. So I went there and I met these really awesome people. These are stress engineers from Acre Solutions. Super friendly people. It was such an interesting trip, and I would like to encourage the people to really build a relationship with the team that you have overseas. I've been working with this guy. His name is Yogesh. This guy, I've been working with him for almost a year and a half, and there was a before and an after when I met him. The number of revisions in terms of something that you can measure, the number of revisions that I was doing to my calculations before I met him was 4.5 revisions per calculation. After I met this guy, it went to 1.9 revisions per calculation. So, and what I'm trying to say is that it's so important to build relationships with the people that we have overseas. Sometimes the companies, they just ignore and they just want to have the people in other countries just trying to follow what we say, to understand everything that we say, and we do not understand the culture they have. We don't understand the environment where they work. Once you go there, once you meet them in person, it's just a completely different thing. So I would encourage the leads, the engineers, to go and visit these countries, and the teams that you have, like either in Mexico, in the Philippines, in India, in Thailand, to visit them, get to know them. The relationship is gonna change completely, and the quality that you're gonna get in your calculations, the performance of your engineers is going to be completely different. Honestly, it's just a different relationship with Yogesh. He even invited me to his house. I had a dinner at his place. I met his wife. I met his really cute son. We had a really nice dinner. They cooked shrimp for me. They cooked different Indian food. It was delicious. Honestly, India, my favorite place for food. If you ever go there, you're really gonna enjoy the food over there, the flavors and everything. So it's so important. I would really like to encourage every one of you, especially the leads, to try to build that relationship with them. After that, he started sending me instant messages. Before it was only emails, which obviously slows down all the process of getting our calculations ready. He doesn't feel comfortable. He didn't feel comfortable on sending me an instant message before I met him in person. But after that, instant message, he has my WhatsApp. Sometimes he sends me a message or whatever. So it's a different relationship. And it's not just as human beings, but it's also as engineers. It changes everything. So I would really encourage every one of you to build relationships with your team overseas. So this was a little dinner that we have. I kind of like did it with the association as well. They joined all of them, the group. Very good engineers, really nice people, very friendly. And the second one was because I had a trip to Singapore with the Stressman Academy. Stressman Academy, he is the Stressman, as part of the group of Stressman Engineering. They have these trainings pretty much every year in Singapore, where they do not only show how to use the software, but they mainly show how to do stress analysis. So this time they had a training with the Semcor Marine, which is a very big FPSO mainly. They mainly work on FPSOs, on platforms, mainly onshore, offshore projects, and they have a 5-yard. It's kind of like a Singapore government company now, and it's very big. So we had the people from Semcor Marine. We trained them with, we gave them some piping stress analysis from the very basics. Some of them had already 2-3 years of experience. Some of them they were piping designers that want to learn a little bit of piping stress, mainly to know how to support the lines properly, to know about the spans, when you need to have a guide, when you need to have a stop, that kind of stuff. Nothing very scientific, let's put it like that. Nothing so complex, because it was just gonna be for 3 days. But it was a very good training. We had a really good time, beautiful people as well. And then once we were there, I also made another event for the PSI Association. So in this event, we had people from MODEC, Semcor Marine, IVEL, VIHL, Your Own Engineering. I visited, I don't know how to pronounce it, but still International Heaters. I went to their offices. Also, I met the stress lead over there, very, very nice guy. He's been sending me emails about like, hey Juan, how can I handle this type of calculation? Could you give me a suggestion? So then after that, I forward those questions to some of the other engineers that would like to get, that would like to share the knowledge. So I sent them the email, could you help me with this? And then after a few days, I get an email back, and I send it to him, and then he's like, oh Juan, thank you very much. I didn't know how to solve this problem, and now your guidance is gonna help me so much. So that's some of the things that we're doing. Also some people from Jacobs. So whenever you have a question, whenever you need help with the calculation, something different, something that you haven't done before, you can always send me an email, and then I can share it with the people. We have a forum as well, where in our website, where you can ask any questions that you have, and then hopefully in the next few days somebody's gonna take the time and he's gonna post something to respond to your questions. So I also had the chance to go to the Singapore Formula 1 race, which was really, really nice. It was my second one. The first one was like, I think in 2011. So but this one was a lot nicer. I had a lot of fun with these guys. Okay. So the other big news I have is with PIP. PIP is the Process Industry and Practices. I don't know if you're familiar with them. If you are not, I really encourage you to join them. Most of the big companies in Houston, they belong to this PIP. And actually, if you talk to your supervisor, to your manager, he's gonna encourage you to go. Why? Because the more people that attend these sessions, the bigger the discount they get to get these practices. So me working for IHI, it's giving them some kind of discount. So just talk to your manager, ask them that you would like to get involved with this group. Then, especially for the piping and especially for the piping group, it's not a lot about piping stress. It's more about piping specifications, piping materials. It's not something that I'm an expert, but it's good to just to hear the people what they are talking about, in the last session, we had Matthew Howry, the piping manager of Bechtel, and he gave a presentation about AIB. The same presentation that he had like a year and a half ago for us, he gave it but for the people of PIP. So after that, I also joined the group of pipeline. I'm not really involved in pipelines, but at the same time, to me, it was something interesting. The people in my company, they were like, Juan, I would like you to go. So I would like to go. I met a lot of people, so I hang out, I have good breakfast, good lunch, and it's just one day out of the office, which is good. So I always enjoy to join all these events. And this is just another, this one was the pipeline, this is the pipeline group. And then I think these are really big news. I'm so happy for this. Now, thank you to some of the people from that I've been met during the past few years. Now I was accepted as a contributing member of ASME B313 subgroup B, which is the design part. So I'm really excited for that. I got my letter like on October 2019. I would like to say thank you to David. I know that he is part of B313 as well. I have some other friends that I would also like to say thank you, which is Oscar Rojas, that he's also part of the PSI. I have another very good friend from B313. His name is Tenku. Tenku is from Indonesia. We work together. Then he went to France to work for Total, and I think now he's back in Indonesia as well, working for Pertamina or something like that. And then also my co-worker Matt DeLong. He is now in charge of the international group or international committee, and he's looking for people to join that international committee. I think what he needs is people that is not working in the US, and somebody that is located overseas. So if later on, for the people watching the video, maybe if they are interested in being part of B313, if they would like to contribute and review the new modifications to the code or proposals, they can get involved. It's really nice because I get emails to review some, it's called ballots. I didn't even know what that word means, but I get to see some of the proposals in the wording of the code to review, give my comments, to say if I think it's something interesting. No, not interesting, that's something that is recommended, that is important to be applied to the code, to be modified. So I get to see all this stuff, and I think it's very interesting. It's been helping me so much to learn more about piping stress, and I'm enjoying it so much. I'm really happy that I was accepted, so I'm excited for that. So I think I'm a member until June 2024. So I hope they don't kick me out before 2024. So that's important. This is the other part. I joined this group, Switch Energy Alliance, few months ago. I was invited to an event. It was at the Natural Science Museum. I think it's this hall. It's called John's Hall or something like that. Yeah. So I was invited to this event through a friend that works for Noble Energy. He is a geologist. His name is Carter Timbel, and he invited me to come because this group of people, they kind of educate younger generations about energy, how important it is to know about the benefits of the energy in other countries, especially in countries in ways of development, how important it is for them to have energy when they don't have access to, I don't know, to the simple stuff, something that we consider, that we take for granted, is not so simple in other countries, and the difficulties that they are going to have in the future because they do not have access to that electricity, they do not have internet, they do not have Wi-Fi, of course, all different problems, you know. So he invited me to this group with these really nice people. This is my friend Carter. So we had a really good time. So I'm gonna send you the link for this. They made a very nice documentary about energy around the world, especially remote locations, and they got some awards because it was such a good video, such a good kind of movie documentary. So have a look at that. I'm gonna send you the link later on. But it was really nice. Then the second part is, or the last part I think is the joint venture that I'm doing right now with the Stressman Engineering. So, Sondre, we became really good friends after I met him a few months ago, and now he opened an office in Mexico City. So now there is this office in Mexico City, and at the same time, I'm taking advantage of that, and now he's helping me also to do all these presentations for us and to promote the PSI Association, because honestly I have some other things to do that I don't really have time to prepare a presentation like this. For example, this is the guy that is helping us right now with the nice presentation. He's the one who made this presentation. He's making different type of promotions, like marketing. He's like the creative director of Stressman Engineering in Mexico, and he did this Happy Pipeline Times Day, which I think was pretty cool. So he's making different things, and this is the people. So just to close, I would like to say that we have now partnered with the Downstream 2020. It's going to be a conference here in Houston in June 10 and 11. And we are going to get a discount. This was the video with the different CEOs from all the different engineering companies. I'm not going to show it right now. We were partnered with them. We got the offer letter. We have an agreement with them. So we're going to get a workshop with them. 1 hour. We're gonna get some discount passes or discount codes for all the members of the PSI Association. So I'm gonna send it to you later. So we're gonna be working with all these people. So Hexagon, I see them there. Chevron, Shell, Wood, and now we're also there. So we're an official association partner of the Downstream 2020. It's a very big event, and I'm really excited to be participating with them. So that's the partnership that we're having with them. We have a special discount. We're going to have a workshop. They're helping us branding the association and also with social media. So those were the news. Like I said, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much to George for coming tonight, and he's going to talk about his company. He's going to talk about he's going to share, which is the main thing about the PSI Association, to share his knowledge. He's been in this business for over 25 years, and I just want to say thank you so much, George, for coming. And I would like to